How's it going, guys? Welcome to Wednesday's upload. We got here, had a little breakfast burrito. My dad came home unexpectedly. He's like, let's get some breakfast. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. So, feeling good as a result. Got an Ubers match for you. Got plenty of Ubers. I've been liking Ubers more and more lately, so hope it's not that big a deal. Anyways, it was versus MCaanuck12, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll go ahead and play that back right now. Okay, so as you can see, we both kind of got Sun teams. You can see that he has a Ho-Oh and a Groudon. I've got a Ho-Oh and a Groudon. Aside from that, it's anybody's ball game. So, yeah, we're both going to go ahead and lead off with our Groudons. Actually, his being named Blumpkin, I don't really understand why, but whatever. Okay, so what I'm kind of expecting is going to go on here is he's probably going to think I'm going to set up rocks, and he's probably going to think that I'm going to think that he's going to set up rocks, and he's going to think that I'm going to think that he's going to set up rocks. But I don't want to set up rocks. I want to bring in my Ho-Oh before he sets up rocks, so I don't take as much damage from it, and, you know, I can get some early initiative going. Possibly burn this thing in case it has something that can hit me hard, in which case it does. I mean, I don't really see too many Groudons with Stone Edge. I mean, it is, you know, kind of obvious. Well, not really obvious. I mean, it makes sense with Quake Edge combo. You know how that goes. But thanks to the burn, you know, that ×4 weakness that I had is not really all that bad. So I end up taking it surprisingly well. And he decides to go into his Deoxys here, possibly to start setting up some screens, since that's all I really see Deoxys defense doing. But I don't know what how well he was expecting to take it, but a Sun boosted Sacred Fire boosted by Life Orb is not really something to be messing around with. So I bring him down to the red in one turn with burn damage and all that. I decide he might try to recover it off, so I'm going to try recovering right now. Maybe he wants to set up screens. Whatever the case may be, I don't really mind whatever he's going to do. And he decides to set up the light screen, if I'm not mistaken. Vegas is lagging out a lot for some reason. So he just takes more burn damage. I decided to go for the Earthquake so as to preserve my my stab's power point, since I've been hitting. I hit that thing with pressure, and you know, when you only have 8 on your main one of your main moves, you got to watch it carefully. So anyway, in comes Rayquaza. These things always give me a lot of trouble, especially when they start setting up. So I actually decide to stay in, make sure he doesn't want to set up. He either A, predicts that, or B, just really wants me dead or wants to get damage on whatever comes in. So I end up wasting my Ho-Oh, but thankfully, you know, he hasn't set up, so I can come in with Skyman, which has the hidden power Ice. And I am going to go for that, but the thing that I failed to remember the entire time was that he has Light Screen up, so what would have ordinarily been a really easy kill with Life Orb and everything, he turns out to live with, like, an easy yellow, and he's going to hit me with a Life Orb Draco Meteor. I guess he's running some kind of mixed set that doesn't boost, or I haven't seen any kind of boosting. If anything, he might be running DD. But he takes me out with that Draco Meteor, and I do still have something else that outspeeds, which is nice, so I'm going to go into my Mewtwo now. And I think I just go for the Psy Strike so as not to over-predict. I mean, he is at a low range, and he could very well easily go into an Ice Resist, which I'm not really remembering if he has any at the moment. But he did have Lugia, so Ice Beam probably would have been the safer move, because his Groudon is weak to it, his Rayquaza is weak to it, his Lugia is weak to it. So, hey. The thing that I did not also remember as well is that Light Screen affects how hard Psy Strike hits, which I find kind of weird, the mechanics, how that works. Like, it doesn't really nerf it completely in half. I don't know, it's interesting. So anyway, in comes Ho-Oh. Don't know what kind of Ho-Oh set this is, but I'm just going to go ahead and hit it with the Psy Strike. Failing to remember still at this point that Light Screen is up. It does not do as much as I thought it would. I mean, maybe he was maybe he's a more defensive set, running a little more defense, because when I use Psy Strike on Ho-Ohs, I know I've done it at least twice in the past. I've done more than that, for sure. But he's running lefty, so I don't know if he's running max HP or max defense or anything of the sort. It'd be kind of silly if he was. But now I bring in Blaziken, who is not terrible in Ubers. I mean, I know it's overpowered for Standard, which means, hey, you can't use it in Standard. If you want to use it, you have to use it in Ubers. And I figured, you know, I'd try it once, and I think this is one of the first matches that I decided to really start trying it, and it doesn't do that bad with Sun support. Like, with the speed boosting and everything, it can come in, you know, protect, and you can just go from there. It works really well. So I protect to stall out some more Light Screen turns, if I'm not mistaken, if it's not down at this point. But I do get +2 on speed, which is really going to help me out. Anyway, in comes his second thing named Blumpkin, which is Lugia. As you're going to see right now, Sun-boosted Flare Blitz in Ubers against, well, in Ubers, that has no bearing on it. I guess just against a Lugia, who I know can be quite the defensive monster. 80%. Easy. And I haven't even boosted. I don't know if I have a boosting move on this thing. I think I just have protected 3 attacks. Still does a really good amount, and I do get the Flare Blitz burn, which doesn't really happen too often, but I've been getting a lot as of recently. So, I'm not complaining, it helps. I mean, Lugia's a special attacker, but any bit of residual damage will be nice. So anyway, in comes my Giratina, a little bit of backstory behind this. I had a lot of people ask me a lot of questions on stream, and I was like, slow down, otherwise I'm going to give some kind of weird-ass answer, like someone's going to ask, what's your favorite dragon type, and I'm just going to spat out anal sex all of a sudden. Someone was like, name a dragon that, and I was like, I got a Giratina, so I wanted to make a Giratina, so we'll do that. Anyways, I got Shadow Sneak going on, which is really going to help against Lugia, going to help against this thing, because it can't really hit me. Well, it can't hit me at all. I mean, it's at low red, it's stab and everything. So, takes out Lugia, takes out a crippled Rayquaza. Easily going to be able to 2-hit KO Mewtwo from prior experience as well. I mean, the best thing that Mewtwo can probably hope to hit me with is maybe, like, what, a Choice Specs Ice Beam, which I don't really see Choice Specs Mewtwo anyway. But I know because I'm running a substantial amount of bulk, and it's only ×2 weak, I should be able to live it, just, you know, based on the fact that it's not stabbing and all that. So I'm just going to go for another Shadow Sneak, then I'll definitely clean up house. So that was a pretty interesting game. I enjoyed it a lot. Hope you guys did too. And that's going to do it for today's Wednesday upload. I might be streaming later just because I'm bored and I got nothing better to do. Don't think my dad's going out of town this weekend just cause you know, we want to get unpacked and stuff. I myself am probably around 90% unpacked. Everything else I just can't be fucked to get out of boxes because I don't really need it at the moment. But that'll do it. Featured videos in the outro, you know how it goes. I guess I got a Portal LP going on in case you guys haven't seen any episodes. I might as well start making a playlist right now. But yeah, feel free to check that out. Might have another Team Fortress 2 day coming up this week. I think that's it for updates. So today's Wednesday. I will see you guys on Friday.